So I'm Lori with Adventures by Lori, and I am the travel agent here in our office. And Brianna is my assistant, and she's like everything. So I can't do it without Brianna. So that's Brianna over there.
Yes,
You could.
I am Brianna. Okay, so I think we're all set to get started. The first thing we were going to talk about was we had some people that were wondering about just general expectations for spring break, what's going to be open, how busy it is going to be, when things are going to start booking. So, Lori, if you want to talk about that.
Yeah, so one of the things that we wanted to do, and the reason why we're putting this together, is so that we can get kind of a jump start on spring break, because I do believe that spring break in 2021 is going to have some challenges. Um, Not necessarily bad challenges if we jump started a little bit earlier. I think that the COVID-19 is going to affect some of the resorts as far as maybe the capacity that the resorts are going to be operating at. There's a lot of places that are already open, and so we don't have to really worry about if they're going to be open. I don't think, hopefully not, but hopefully by next spring, things are going to be calmed down. But I'm sure that they're still going to have some protocols that are going to be in place that have been, that they're opening up now. But we'll just have to wait and see. But it's still a really good idea to get things started and booking. A lot of the suppliers they have some lenient and flexible cancellation policies, insurances that are covering either travel credit back or future cruise credit back, or you can get cash back. So there's options on how you want to insure your trip. So to me, it's important to get our clients booked, and then it's also nice to have something good to look forward to, I think. So that's a good reason to do that. I think what I want to do right now is maybe give you a few ideas on what we're seeing that are open and things that are and we have some pricing. So just to give you a disclosure, everything that we're going to be going through here is pricing current. So this is what the current pricing is. If we were going to book it today, this is what it would be. We are using the dates of April 3 through 10. So it's everything that we're giving you is 7 nights through the spring break week, which is also Easter week. So that's another complication, because on the years that Easter is on the same week as spring break, it brings in so many more people that want to travel during that time, because really spring break goes anytime between the 1st of March to the middle of April. In Michigan, typically we're the first week of April. So when you combine that with an Easter week, that means that people that have spring break at the beginning of March around the country are also going to be vying for those available rooms and cabins for that spring break week. So the pricing is current today. It can be changing, it can change. So just to let you know, we also price this without air, because people are coming from all different places and they have different air carriers preferences. So most everything that we have that we're going to be showing you for prices are going to be prices that are going to be really room only, but it will give you an idea of what some of our suggestions would cost. So first thing that we're going to do is we're going to talk about some domestic U.S. beach resort vacations, because a lot of people are still going to be uncomfortable maybe going out of the country and maybe want to stay in the U.S. So I picked 3 resorts in Florida, because I figure we all want to go someplace warm. Hopefully Florida will be good and safe and healthy at that time. So I picked one resort that's going to be on the Gulf side, and one resort on the ocean side, and one resort right in the middle. So this is Rumfish Beach Resort. This was is Tradewinds Guy Harvey Hotel. I don't know if you've ever heard of that hotel, but it did just do a name change earlier this year So it's now called Rumfish Beach Resort. This is on St. Pete's Beach, right by Clearwater. You can fly into Orlando or into Tampa. Either way, we would be able to get a rental car for you. They have a few different options. If you can go to the next screen, Brianna, I'll highlight some of the things that they have. This is a beachfront property right on the Gulf, and if you see the top left corner, there's a picture of some water activities. There's a big that one big thing that's on the very top corner. That's a water slide. So there's water slides. There's it's a inflatable surfing challenge down in the bottom corner. In the top right corner, they have just beautiful sunsets, and they have this resort will have campfires every night with s'mores, and they have some really cool aquatic things. So anyway, I really like this resort as an option. I'm not going to go through every resort or every hotel that we offer, so I'm just kind of highlighting a few things. So just keep that in mind. If there's something else that you like, we will look for something else. All right, so we wanted to look at some room pricing. And so this is a seven night standard courtyard view room. This will hold 4 people. We've got 2 double beds. The price is $22.06. So that's not bad, I think, for spring break. It does have a little kitchenette, not a big kitchenette. You still probably will do most of your meals out in restaurants. But it is a beautiful beachfront property with a lot of things for kids to do if you've got some young kids. And then what's the next one? Oh, and then we've got a 1-bedroom Gulf front suite. So if you want to upgrade that so that mom and dad have a separate bedroom, the kids are still in, they could be in the living room. Actually, I think this one has 2 queen beds. So you've got, yeah, you've got a queen bed in the bedroom, and then that's a sofa pull out right there. So that's another option. That one does have more of a kitchen. It's got a full refrigerator and a stove top. So you could do some of your meals in this standard room. And it is Gulf front. So when you open up that window in the morning, you're going to see the ocean. So that's a really nice option. Okay, so let's go over to the ocean side. The ocean side, the hotel that I picked over there is one of my favorite hotels. It's Margaritaville in Fort Lauderdale. It's Margaritaville Hollywood. It's right on the 1A1. If you have been to Fort Lauderdale, there's one section of Fort Lauderdale, as well as I guess it's in Hollywood, but it's got the causeway on one side and it's got the ocean on the other side. So no matter where your room is, you're always going to be looking at some kind of water. There's a lot of fun things to do over in Fort Lauderdale. Just highlighting the resort though, if you'll see, we've got 3 pools. It's got the water slide. If you look at the top left corner, if you look at the top left corner, you'll see a kind of a street over there. That's called the Broadwalk. And that is, it's just like it's not like a boardwalk, but it's called the Broadwalk. It has a lot of non-motorized kind of activities. You can walk, you can bike, you can skateboard. They have segways. But on the other side is the beach. So you just have to walk across that Broadwalk and you'll be doing that. This is another place where they'll have some concerts at night. You'll see the wave, the flow rider is right there. So that's part of Margaritaville. The pools are beautiful. It's very beachy. It feels very much like vacation. It smells good when you walk in there. You don't realize you're not in the Caribbean when you're there. You really feel like you are on vacation. You walk in and you feel like you're on vacation. Lots of restaurant choices that are around there. You can go pretty, yeah, and you can go to Fort Lauderdale. It's easy to get an Uber and go wherever you want to go to. So this is another US destination that would be a good choice. So 7 nights with a partial ocean view, that means that you're probably going to be looking out the side, which is okay because when you go out on the deck there's little Adirondack chairs, and on the left side you're going to see the causeway, on the right side you're going to see the ocean. So that is pricing out for a family of 4 of $39.09 for 7 nights. So that's what that one is. Just, I love a very, very clean hotel. Very, very clean hotel. If you want an oceanfront, straight up oceanfront, beautiful hotel, that is the Paradise Oceanfront. And it is got, this one has, it looks like a king bed in it, but that would have 2 queen beds as well, and it's pricing at $46.11. Keep in mind, these are not all inclusive, meals are not included, so you still have to factor in food, but it's beautiful location and no passport required. That's kind of, yeah. Okay, so then let's go back to Margaritaville, because I still love this hotel. It's so clean. It's just crisp, clean vacation. This is Orlando, and this is another great option if you want to do an Orlando vacation. Now, it is a good neighbor hotel for Disney, Universal, and SeaWorld. So if you want to partake in any of those kind of things, this is a good location to kind of base your place. But you don't necessarily have to go to the theme parks to be at this resort. I highlighted this one though. It has the standard rooms. It has the 2 queen bedrooms, just like you see down in Fort Lauderdale. But this one has they have cottages. So these are what the cottages look like. We don't have the interior, what they look like, but they have 2-bedroom cottages, all the way up to 14-bedroom cottages. So if you are traveling with a friend or a couple friends or another family and you want to just do one thing, you have a community living room, full kitchen, and then some of them, like the 4-bedroom that you see on the right there, comes with its own private pool. So that's what these are the prices, what they would be for these 7 nights. So you've got a 2-bedroom cottage. Every bedroom in these cottages has their own bathroom. So I think that's a big plus too. So you're not sharing bathrooms, especially if you are separate families. Maybe you're traveling with a multi-generational family. You've got 3 families, 4 families all in one. Every single bedroom has its own bathroom. So I think that's really good, especially in this COVID kind of climate too, that everybody has their own. The pools are available. There is a water park attached to Margaritaville, Orlando. So that's why I said, if you don't even want to go to the theme parks, you don't have to. The water park, I think, would be great for any kid. The water park, it's right there. It's part of Margaritaville. It's H2O Water Park. It's fantastic. It's brand new. I think it just opened last year. There is an extra cost to it. I want to say the typical daily rate is about $60 a day per person, but as a guest of the cottages, you get a 20% discount. So you'll get discounted tickets. Sometimes they'll have some promotions too, where the water park is included, but not always. And it depends on when you're booking. So right now that's not available, but it is a really good option for if you want to be Central Florida. Okay, does anybody have any questions? Any questions on hotels? Did any questions come in? If you guys have any questions, you can ask those questions to Brianna and she'll pop in and tell me if you've got questions.
We don't have any questions yet, so I think we can keep going. I think next we were going to talk about cruises, and someone did write in with a question about what changes there might be to cruise lines because of COVID-19, but I'll go to the next slide and you can start talking about that.
Okay, so to answer that question, I just saw an article in our Travel Weekly newsletter talking about some of the protocols that the cruise lines are putting together with the CDC and to keep everybody safe. I'm really impressed with some of the things that I've been hearing. I think that cruises are going to be some of the cleanest and safest places to travel. One of the reasons is, and this was pointed out by the chairman of Royal Caribbean and Norwegian Cruise Line, who are working together in a planning committee along with the health department and the CDC to get the cruise ships open, is the fact that they are going to be in control of everything that's aboard the ship, the people that are on it, the things that are going to be happening on it. They have full control of it. I also saw another article that said that to begin with, and I think by spring I think we're going to see our full itineraries open. But to begin with, they're saying that they're probably going to be starting out with their private islands. Like they'll go out to the private islands, maybe do a couple stops at the private island, a couple at sea days, and then come back. So as the Caribbean continues to open island by island, I think we'll see different itineraries. But right now, everything is closed until at least through September 15. But let's just cross our fingers and be hopeful that things are going to be good for next year. So let's talk about Royal Caribbean, Allure of the Seas. I've highlighted 2 different cruise lines that I wanted to share because both of those are these are really good options for families. And again, the pricing that you're going to see is for a family of 4. So Royal Caribbean, Allure of the Seas, we've got this sailing. It leaves out of Miami and it goes to Labadee, Haiti. Labadee is the private island for Royal Caribbean. Falmouth, Jamaica at sea, Cozumel, and back to at sea. Mexico is already open, so I see that this is a good itinerary. And Cozumel's beautiful. If you like to do water sports, underwater viewing, snorkeling, scuba diving, it's the best. So this one is leaving on April 4 through 11. I think that's a Sunday, right? I think April 4 is a Sunday, so it's Sunday to Sunday. But you could come in a couple days early if you wanted to and spend a couple days at Miami. We can help find hotels for that too. So the Allure of the Seas is part of the Oasis brand, and here is a picture of this is Labadee. So you'll see it's a pretty little place. It's not its own island. It's just a little jet out of Haiti, but it is private in that there is not like you don't get hair braiding and everything going up and down the beach. Like you don't have peddlers. They do have a cultural center where you can go shop. So they have cultural, like people from Haiti come in and they will sell some of their wares, but you have to go to their little, I don't want to say warehouse, marketplace to get that. But there's zip lining on here. All of your food is included in here. If you have the soda package, it's all included on the island. It's a beautiful island. So yeah, I love that water. I want that water right now. Okay, so the next slide is going to highlight a little bit more about the actual ship, because really, if you're uncomfortable with any of the ports of call that you're going to, you do not have to get off your ship. There's plenty of things to do on the ship all by itself. So there is a wave runner there. You can boogie board, you can surf. There's rock climbing walls. There's ice skating rink. There's shows all day long. It's just, I love the entertainment. This is a great cruise for people who want to be adventurous, but then if you want to be quiet and quiet, you can. It has an open air interior, if you can see both of these. So we have some cabins that have ocean view balconies and some that will have a boardwalk balcony or a Central Park balcony. There's pools on here, there's adult only areas, there's kids clubs. The shows are all Broadway style, so you're going to be seeing a lot of the Broadway shows right on your ship. So I love this. I love the Oasis class of the ships. So pricing wise, if you were taking a family of 4, this really boggled my mind. I even had to ask Brianna today. It's like, did you price that right? Because she did the pricing on this. Thank you, Brianna. But this is an inside stateroom. It's $25.65. That's the starting rate. That's a starting inside stateroom. So it might be a guarantee. You don't know exactly where your stateroom is going to be, but the categories will go up from here. So this is a starting rate for a family of 4 on the Allure of the Seas for those 7 nights, $25.65. It's pretty good. Okay, and then if you wanted to do an ocean view balcony, this is $31.30. And that's a balcony stateroom. It might be was that maybe a Central Park stateroom, or was it wasn't an ocean view balcony? I should have asked you that before, Brianna. Do you remember?
This one is a ocean view balcony.
It's ocean view balcony stateroom for $31.30 for a family of 4 on the Allure of the Seas. I think the cruise lines are really giving a good option in pricing to get people on their ships. So keep that in mind. This is a great spring break. Remember, all of your food are included, your beverages too. You would have to, maybe your alcoholic beverages and your soda beverage packages are not included, but you can always opt that. Not everybody drinks soda and alcohol, so it's something that you can add to your vacation package. All right, now let's go to the Norwegian Encore. We were able to get on the Encore in November. This is a brand new Norwegian ship, brand new. So the inaugural was in November. We were on the ship. We had so much fun. We love this ship. My husband and I, we don't even have kids on it, but we were the kids. We had so much fun. So this one again is coming out of Miami. It goes to Coxsackie Hole, which is their private island. Oh no, Harvest Caye is the private island, but it goes to Roatan, Costa Maya, Cozumel, at sea, and Miami. And again, if you're not comfortable with the ports of call, you don't have to get off the ship. There's plenty of things to do. You can take advantage of the fewer people on the ship on those days when everybody else gets off, and then you can have all the fun. This is just a few of pictures of the Harvest Caye, so you can see what kind of an island it is. The Encore on the ship, and I don't know if we have any pictures of this, but it has a racetrack. It has a laser tag. Oh, it doesn't have this, but it does have laser tag. It has a virtual game park. So like virtual, like what are those things, Bree? Like virtual reality kind of things. So lots of those. They have an IMAX theater. This is Kinky Boots. That's the show, the Broadway show that is on this ship. That's a really great show. It is the only cruise line that offers freestyle dining. So that means that you don't have to have any reservations. You don't have to have an early seating, a late seating. You just go to whichever dining room you want to, and you can dine when you want to. There is the promotion that is going on right now. It's called the All Four. And that means that you can choose, if you have a balcony stateroom, you would have a choice of all 4 of free beverage package, three free specialty dining. You have 250 minutes of Wi-Fi and a $50 per port excursion credit. So there's some good promotional things that are going on here too. So okay, so the pricing for this one, inside stateroom for 4 people is $3,629, and a balcony. There's our balcony. It's $45.29. So that's still a good price for 4 people on a brand new ship. Now keep in mind, there's lots of other ships. We're just highlighting some of them. So this is just the Encore. So we can look at other cruise ships too and itineraries. Okay, that's an idea. So cruises are a great idea, I think. So what else do we have?
Yeah, so next we're going to be discussing all-inclusives, international all-inclusives. Okay. I know we had some questions about international travel in general. So if you want to quickly talk about what areas we're selling right now and what we know about international travel right now.
Sure. So international travel, when I think of international travel, I think of international travel in our little sector, up and down, and I think of international travel like over in Europe. So right now we cannot go to Europe. We have been banned from Europe. So we can't do anything with Europe. I won't even touch it. So we're not going to do anything. Caribbean and Mexico, Mexico's open. We can get to Mexico. There are people that are traveling to Mexico. They're having a great time at some other resorts. They're very safe. They are being very diligent about cleaning, social distancing, mask wearing. Once you are on the sites, masks are not required unless you're in a public area like you're going to the front desk. Then you should probably put your mask on. But if you're just at the pool wandering around the resort, you're fine. All of your food is included, all of your drinks are included, so you really don't have to go anywhere unless you want to. And some of the excursions are opening up. So if it's something that can be so socially distanced safe, then you will be able to do that. And that's right now. I mean, we're talking almost a year away. So I'm expecting that things are going to be opening up more. So we are highlighting some destinations right now in the Caribbean. The first one I want to talk to you about is the Now Onyx in Punta Cana. This is just a beautiful resort. We sell this a lot. It prices really well for a family. It is not adult only, so it is family friendly. It doesn't have any like water slides and all of that, but it is just a really pretty resort, and it's on one of the most beautiful beaches in the Caribbean, really, in Dominican Republic. So this is just a few pictures of what this looks like. If you want to go on spring break without your kids, this is a good place too. Junior suite garden view. This is kind of what the room will look like, and it's $29.76 for a family of 4. So not too bad. It's going to have 2 double beds, and yeah, looks good. And then what else do we have on here, Bree? Oh, then we're going to go over to Mexico. So I wanted to give you that resort. I also wanted to give you a value resort, which is this is Sandos Caracol Eco Resort. It's very interesting. If you're used to 5-star hotels, you won't want to go here. This is not a 5-star hotel. I would say it's a good solid 3-star hotel resort, but it is pricing very, very well. So if you're looking at going to the Caribbean on a budget, this is a great option. It does have a water park. If you look in the top right left corner, you'll see that there is a nice water park with a lot of kiddie pools and slides and things like that. It also has a nice pool, and it is beachfront. So it is a beautiful resort area. It is eco-friendly. It's 100% green. There are no plastic. There are no straws. Glasses are rewashed, but it's very sanitary. They also have a lot of wildlife. So if you or your family like wildlife, you will find these little guys that they're called coati. No, I can't remember what they're called. They're coyotes, I think they're called. C-A-O-T-I. Coyotes. And they also have monkeys, lots of them. And if you get up in the morning and you are out in the center area of the resort, you will see these guys scampering all over the place, and the monkeys come out too. So you're not supposed to feed the monkeys. So don't feed the monkeys, but people will be feeding the monkeys. So don't do it. I'm saying don't, but I will also say that the monkeys know how to get into your room if you don't close your slider, because that has happened to us. They have come in and stolen our fruit plate and left. So they left the tequila, but they took the plums. So anyway, for 7 nights in the family section for family of 4, it's a basic room. There's not a lot of bells and whistles in these rooms, I will tell you that, but you're not there for the room. So it's $29.78 for a family of 4 for 7 nights. So it's a pretty good option. If you want something a little bit nicer, then I would suggest let's go with the Royal Elite 1-bedroom suite. That's going to give you your own bedroom for mom and dad. It's going to give you beautiful views, and it's going to be right at the beach and right at the main pool. So that's another option that we have in Mexico. And then we also are going to be going down to the Riviera Maya area. Hard Rock Resort is another great family-friendly resort. I love the Hard Rock product because of the family-friendly and the activities that are there. You can do all of your activities right from the resort. You don't ever have to actually leave. You can do everything. Horseback riding, ATVing, everything is right here. A lot of times we'll get resort credit, and you can use that resort credit on all of those activities. The beautiful resort, there's 2 Hard Rocks in Mexico. There's a Hard Rock Cancun, and there's a Hard Rock Riviera Maya. We're highlighting the Hard Rock Riviera Maya though, because they have something called Woodward. But before you flip that switch on me, Brianna, you'll see at the very top right corner, you'll see that the beach is got a barrier. So they built a barrier so that it's a nice calm beach, and you almost always will have that nice white sand beach with a nice clear blue water. Unlike a lot of the resorts that have the sargassum seagrass problem, this is pretty taking care of that by making their own little cove. Okay, now you can go. I know where you're going. Okay, so this, we're going to talk through this. This is a little video, and it is, I think this one is of the Woodward um, building. The Woodward building has got all kinds of fun stuff for kids, for adults. But if you're adventure and you've got kids that are just like bouncing off the walls, they literally can bounce off the walls here. They can do it. They've got, there's trampolines, there's skateboarding, there's biking, scooters. If you have gymnastics, they want to go jump in a big ball of foam, they can. It's a lot of fun, lots of fun stuff. They also have something that is called, it's brand new, it's called the Rectangle. And the Rectangle it's an outdoor extreme like obstacle course. So if you've ever seen those obstacle courses that you see on TV and people are doing these, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, they'll have this here, and you can take your kids and you know compete against them or another family, but that's kind of fun. So 7 nights at the Hard Rock with a stand. This is lead-in room. It's called Deluxe Gold Room. You can go up from here. There's a lot of resort, like different types of rooms and different locations, but this is the base room, and it's coming up at $42,4416. Again, you probably will be getting some resort credit along with that. So you can use that on spa, you can use that on excursions, you can use it on whatever you want. But I do love this resort. Okay. Okay, now we're going to Beaches Turks and Caicos. Turks and Caicos is opening up, so that's good news. They do have some protocols, but spring break is huge here. I will just tell you, Beaches Turks and Caicos is the #1 beach resort, vacation resort in the world. It is the #1. It's voted #1. We have people that go here year after year after year. It is not cheap. This is not a cheap resort. It is fantastic though. If you look at that beach, that is what you get on that beach. It is absolutely stunning. There's a water park. There's all the food, your drinks. It's part of the Sandals brand, so Sandals and Beaches. There's activities for the kids. They have their own like catamaran. You can do a catamaran sunset cruise. You can do dinners on the beach if you want to. It's just absolutely stunning, and it's a big seller. Matter of fact, it sells out so fast, and there are very few rooms even available anymore for spring break for Beaches, Turks and Caicos. A lot of times we're booking this out 2 years in advance. So flip that next one, Bree. We'll go to the pricing, I think. Is that the next one? Yeah, so 7 nights at the French Village luxury room for 4 people is $11,128, and it's 2 double beds. You can get 5 people in these rooms. You can do a rollaway, or if you have older kids that are going and they don't want to sleep in the same bed, you can also do a rollaway, and that's complimentary. If you want to, we just have to request a rollaway. So then they can each have their own bed. But anyway, we wanted to finish up with that with Beaches. We love Beaches.
Yeah.
All right.
If anyone has any questions for this last segment, we're going into the last part. Feel free to put them in the comments and we'll try to answer them before we finish up. But the next one we have is for more adventurous families. So I'll go ahead and get started.
Okay, so these are all like resort stays, hotel stays, resort stays, cruises. But if you want something that is a little bit more land-based and adventurous, there are excursions and adventures called Adventures by Disney. And if you notice, it's very similar to my company name, and I did that on purpose. So Adventures by Lori is kind of patterned after Adventures by Disney. I love Adventures by Disney. Again, they are not cheap. They're fantastic though, and they will give you every penny worth of what you're paying for. So this one is actually one that is going to be leaving on the 3rd of, oh no, April. This one is April 5 through 12, and this is Arizona, Utah. So I thought I would check with a domestic one. These are operated all over the world, so they do have other options. And if you want to travel to the Galapagos, or if you want to go to Costa Rica, pretty much there's a lot of different things. You can go to adventuresbydisney.com and you can look at all of the itineraries that they have. A lot of people don't know about this company, so that's why I wanted to at least kind of highlight it a little bit. So this is an 8-day, 7-night tour. It includes a lot of your meals, but there are some that you can do on your own, which are kind of nice. That way you get to explore and do some things on your own. There's 11 sites that we're going to see, and so this one starts in Phoenix, and it goes to Sedona, Grand Canyon, Monument Valley, Arches National Park, and ends in Grand Junction in Colorado. So I wanted to just give you a screenshot of what one of the days looks like, and so you can see a little bit of what you would have. So on day 5, on this one, you would go to Monument Valley with your family. You have breakfast every day. Breakfast is included every day. You're going to travel to Monument Valley, and you'll get sightseeing along the way. You'll have adventure guides that are going to be sharing information all along the way. Every tour gets 2 adventure guides, and those adventure guides are going to become really good friends of you. Lunch is at the Golden Lodge, where you're going to be having some stunning panoramic views as you dine in the historic restaurant. Then you go to a Monument Valley excursion. You ride across the Monument Valley with a Navajo guide, and you are it's just beautiful, beautiful sightseeing. And then you have some alone time in Golden Lodge, so you're not busy all the time. You have some time on your own to spend as a family and do the things that you want to do, rest or swim or whatever you want to do. And then at nighttime, there's always something that's fun. And for this night, there's a cookout dinner with a Navajo storytelling. So I just think they have planned all of this, the whole trip is planned very much in detail, and in lieu of having, or in with you having family, it's something that they're going to make sure that all of your kids are engaged. There is a minimum not required, but suggested age of 6. I think age 6 and up would enjoy something like this. So the price for this one, if you wanted to go, you just have to get yourself over to the beginning and the end with your flights, and we can help you with those flights. But that, for a family of 4, for those 7 nights, is $20,426. So it's just something that you will remember forever. It's quite a highlight trip. I think that's it. The only thing that we didn't talk about, I don't think, is air travel. Just so that you know, if we do book your vacation with FunJet or Apple, we can book the air through whichever gate city that you want to. If you have a preferred air carrier, you can do that. But FunJet and Apple do have charter nonstop flights from Chicago. So if you're willing to fly over to, or drive over to Chicago, I suppose we could fly you there too. But that's another option. You could have a nonstop service to Punta Cana or Mexico. That's it. I think we did it. We did it in like 40 minutes. That's kind of, so I hope that y'all stuck with us. And I hope that this has been able to give you some ideas, at least to get started, and give you an idea of what is available and what we can book. And certainly these are not the only things. These are just highlighted things that we are looking at right now. If you have other suggestions, or if we have other things that we can give you, we will absolutely listen to you and talk to your family and find something that's suitable for your family, your budget, and what you are hoping to have for your spring break experience.